This morning on Daybreak, Tommy Morris Jr. is back in court later. We'll go over what happened there yesterday.
And Springfield police are asking for your help in finding this woman.
Also, new year, so maybe some new health habits. We'll take a closer look at dry January and its impacts. That's all coming up this morning on Daybreak.
It's officially been 1 week of the new year, actually. It's Wednesday, January 8th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Morano. We're talking about a big thing this weekend, right?
That's right. The Chiefs playoff divisional round is this weekend on Color 10 at 2. And so we have some special coverage leading up to the pregame coverage from 12 to 1.
Ozarks Fox will have it from 12 to 1. Watch us, watch our friends at WDAF. It'll be great and get you set for the game.
We are excited for that, and of course all week we'll have coverage for you. Elisa will take you through the forecast, but we got to get through Wednesday first.
That is true. A warmer day on tap, right?
Yeah, we're looking at temperatures near 60 degrees today,
Wow.
which is 20 degrees above the average.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, very warm, much colder if you're going to the game on Sunday. We're looking at a red flag warning in effect as we head through this afternoon for extreme southwest Missouri from 1 to 8, from Joplin to Monette. We're looking at some fire danger there where you want to avoid outdoor burning. Clear skies and temperatures cold this morning. It's 32 degrees. We're looking at temperatures at 39 in Monette, 39 in Mountain Grove, and 37 degrees in Mountain Home this morning. It's a little bit cold. Winds are starting to shift to the south, and they'll pick up as we head through the afternoon. Dry roads through the day, so no traffic hazards for you. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures very warm, nearing 60 degrees by dismissal on breezy southerly winds gusting to 30 miles per hour. So a couple of different hazards the next couple of days. A red flag warning today with that fire danger, some showers tomorrow. Then we've got some flooding and severe threats on Friday and a wintry mix on Saturday. Details on all of this coming up in 10 minutes.
New this morning, Springfield police have issued an endangered person advisory for a woman in need of her medication. 51-year-old Beth Andrews was last seen around 10 last night near Chestnut Expressway and I-44. Police say she needs help. She suffers from mental disorders and diabetes and did not take her medication. Andrews is 5'6" with brown hair and green eyes and was last seen wearing a gray and white plaid jacket with a blue scrub pant.
The trial of Tommy Morris Jr. continues today. He's the man accused of murdering 31-year-old Dana Sowards. Morris was running from police when his car struck her vehicle at the intersection on Mount Vernon and Scenic back in April of 2018. The defense argues that this should be involuntary manslaughter. Yesterday, Sowards' mother, Beverly Adams, took the stand to recall the moments that she learned from an officer at the scene that her daughter had been killed.
I said, "Is that a G6 Pontiac?" He said, "Yes." And I said, "Is she dead?" And he just done this.
You nodded.
Yes.
This is a bench trial, which means the judge will decide a verdict. We'll be covering this once it resumes at 9 this morning.
In an attempt to decrease gun-related violent crimes, a new bill would require people to report stolen or lost firearms within 72 hours of realizing it's missing. House Bill 1824 is in response to these numbers. There were 194 murders and 13 kids killed by gunfire in St. Louis just this last year, and at least 8 homicides already in 2020. Representative Aldridge says the 72 hours starts after the gun owner realizes the firearm is missing. If they don't report it by then, it's a warning or a potential fine of $100. The second time could be up to $1,000. The third time, potentially a misdemeanor. Local gun store owners say they're not in favor of the bill, and Aldridge responds.
Somebody breaks into my hunting cabin, steals my shotgun. I don't know it's stolen for several months. Am I then in violation of the law because the gun has been stolen for who knows how long?
I think the benefit of this law is very small, the amount of people that would report it that they wouldn't have otherwise.
It's really not trying to punish the gun owners. It's a way for an individual like myself who own a gun to make sure that our laws are protecting our Second Amendment.
Over the next few weeks, the bill will go through the legislative process, beginning with it being introduced.
New charges have been filed against a Marionville teacher accused of abusing a 4-year-old on a school playground. Kimberly Daniels was first charged with emotional abuse of a child and hindering the prosecution of a felony. Those charges were dropped yesterday, but the prosecutor refiled a charge of abuse or neglect of a child. In a statement, it says the incident happened during a kickball game. That's when Daniels tried splitting up the 4-year-old boy from his sister. 3 witnesses tell the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office that the boy was crying, and that's when Daniels held that child up against a fence. Defense attorney Stacey Ballou is reacting to these new charges.
Teachers have it pretty hard. They work for not a lot of pay, often not a lot of appreciation. They usually are teachers because they love children and they're wanting to do it for the nobility of the profession. A charge like this would probably be a teacher's worst nightmare, I would imagine.
And at last check, prosecutors were not available for comment on this.
In your medical news, people who need immediate medical care in North Springfield now have a new option. Ozarks Community Hospital is celebrating the opening of its new walk-in clinic in the 1500 block of Evergreen. That's off Glenstone near I-44. Clinic leaders say no appointments are necessary. They've seen an increase in people seeking services since the doors first opened.
Well, if you are familiar with OCH at all, you know that our mission is and always has been to care for the underserved. And so us being up here and providing this is so important to us, and it proves that we are focused on our mission to this day. We have had such a good response. It has been fantastic. We had patients on our first day open, which is great, and we've watched the numbers tick up since that time.
The clinic, so you know, is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5:30.
All right, you've likely heard of Dry January. It's when a new year comes and people vow to give up alcohol for a month.
But we wanted to know how it can actually improve your health. Color 10's Nija McDonald met with health experts to find out and joins us this morning. Nija.
Well, good morning, Joe and Lauren. Experts say while Dry January only lasts 1 month, it can have long-term effects on your overall well-being. They say giving up alcohol for 30 days can help you evaluate your relationship with it.
Is a month where people voluntarily stop drinking alcohol as a way to start the new year on a more sober and healthy note.
Alcohol is definitely considered as empty calories, right?
Which Odubel says means high amounts of carbs and no nutritional benefit. But can giving up booze for 30 days really help you in the long run? Odubel says yes.
It helps people to really evaluate their sobriety, right? When they realize that, oh my gosh, maybe I cannot get off this alcohol.
She says it's important to be honest with yourself if you do choose to participate.
If you have someone that does do very excessive alcohol use, then we can end up having withdrawals and seizures from that. It definitely has to be a conversation with your physician to make sure that it's safe enough for you.
Odubel says some patients can experience physical health benefits.
I've had a few patients who are diabetic, who when they go off alcohol, they realize that their need for insulin or the other medications that they need for their diabetes is better.
She says giving up alcohol can also aid in weight loss.
Patients who have high blood pressure, their blood pressure does lower when they go off alcohol as well.
Overall, Odubel says Dry January isn't a bad idea.
I've noticed that it's saving me more money because I'm not spending so much money. I'm having a maybe clearer thought, they think better.
Which could be the first step in a long-term behavioral change.
Well, Dry January started in the United Kingdom back in 2013 and has since then spread to other countries, like right here in the U.S.
Thank you, Nija. We've got some dry roads and clear skies out there this morning. It's quiet on our Color 10 Live drive. Temperature is a little bit cold, 32 degrees out there right now. Details on a fire danger for today coming up next.